Breaking news! The Los Angeles Chargers have just made a headline-grabbing move that could change everything for their defense. After weeks of speculation and injury concerns, a fresh name is joining the roster, and fans everywhere are buzzing. Who is this player? Why is this move so bold? And could it be the spark the Chargers desperately need? Stay locked in, because we're breaking it all down right now. Before we jump into the latest news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss an update. Let's move on to the new news. The Chargers have made a decisive move at the edge position following Khalil Mack's time on the injured list. They've signed Kellen Ferrell, yes, the same defensive end who went 4th overall in the 2019 NFL Draft by the Raiders. This is a significant pickup, and it has fans asking big questions. How will Ferrell fit into the Chargers' defensive rotation? Can defensive coach Jesse Minter unlock the full potential of a player once seen as a top-tier pass rusher? For Ferrell, this may be the chance to rewrite his NFL story, a possible revitalization of his career. Back in college at Clemson, Ferrell was nothing short of dominant. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches and weighing 265 pounds, he put up eye-popping numbers: 11.5 sacks, 55 total tackles, 20 tackles for loss, and 3 forced fumbles in his final season alone. He even scored a defensive touchdown. Those stats show why he was considered such a high-impact player coming out of college. Now the question is simple: will the Chargers system reignite that fire? Fans are already debating whether this could be the under-the-radar signing that shifts the balance of power in the AFC West. On paper, Kellen Ferrell's college resume looked like a future superstar, but the NFL hasn't been as kind. Taken 4th overall in 2019, expectations were sky-high, yet his pro production hasn't matched that Clemson dominance. That's why this move by the Chargers is so intriguing. Many thought Los Angeles might chase a more familiar name, a proven edge rusher with direct ties to Jesse Minter or Joe Ortiz. That would have felt like a safe Ravens-style move, given all the coaching connections. Instead, the Chargers zigged when everyone expected them to zag, and brought in Ferrell, a player who still flashes raw talent but hasn't fully broken through. Last season with Washington, Ferrell played more of a rotational role. He wasn't a headline stealer, but he showed flashes, setting the edge, holding his gap, and occasionally disrupting plays in the backfield. Now, in LA, the opportunity is there for him to earn meaningful snaps and perhaps reinvent himself. But here's the bigger storyline: how the Chargers manage their edge rotation moving forward. Khalil Mack's absence opened the door, and it could also give young players like Kyle Kennard a real shot. He's been inactive recently, but the depth chart is shifting, and sometimes that's when a hidden gem gets his break. The coming weeks will reveal whether Ferrell is simply a depth signing, or the start of something much bigger for the Chargers defense. This week could be the moment everything shifts. If Kyle Kennard is activated, the Chargers' edge rotation will suddenly look deeper and more flexible. Kellen Ferrell is expected to slot in as a rotational piece, working alongside Caleb Murphy and backing up the main duo of Tuli Tuipulotu and Bud Dupree. Think of it as a four-man wave designed to keep fresh legs and constant pressure coming from the edges. Right now Ferrell probably sits as the 4th defensive end on the depth chart, but that doesn't mean his role is minor. In a well-structured defense, even the rotational guys can swing momentum. This is especially true under defensive coordinator Jesse Minter, who has built a reputation for simplifying schemes, identifying each player's strengths, and letting them thrive. We've already seen Minter transform players once considered journeymen into reliable contributors. His system emphasizes fundamentals, clean angles, smart positioning, and using raw athleticism at the right time. That's the kind of environment where a player like Ferrell can rediscover his confidence and become disruptive again. With Mack sidelined and the Chargers looking for answers, this unit is about to be tested. Whether Ferrell becomes just another depth piece or a key weapon depends on how quickly he adapts to Minter's system, and how aggressively he seizes the snaps he's given. One of the biggest strengths of this Chargers defense is how disciplined it is. From the top of the depth chart to the last man on the field, players are consistently lined up in the right spots, which limits mistakes and maximizes their impact. This is exactly the kind of system Kellen Ferrell could thrive in, a place where his assignments are clear, his role is defined, and his strengths are put on display. With Khalil Mack sidelined for at least a month, Ferrell isn't just filling a roster spot, he's stepping into an opportunity. This is the window where he can show whether he's still the disruptive force scouts once saw coming out of Clemson. We've seen other players use situations like this to spark a career revival. Could Ferrell be next? That's the intrigue. Last season in Washington, Ferrell logged 369 total snaps, 178 against the run, 181 rushing the passer. Those numbers show he was more of a situational weapon than an every-down player, but even in that role, he proved reliable. His grades hovered in the high 50s to low 60s, steady if not spectacular, but it's also proof he can handle multiple responsibilities when called upon. In Los Angeles, those rotational reps could quickly turn into a bigger role if he clicks in Jesse Minter's system. A strong month or two could completely change the narrative around his NFL career. For Ferrell, this is more than just a signing, it's a shot at redemption, and fans will be watching closely to see if he seizes it. Kellen Ferrell's numbers tell a story of untapped potential. While his pass rush grade last season hovered in the middle tier, his run defense grade, 63.8, ranked in the upper third of NFL edge defenders. That's exactly the kind of profile coaches love on early downs, a disciplined edge setter who won't get washed out of the play and can force offenses into uncomfortable situations. Realistically, that means Ferrell will likely see most of his work on first and second downs, short yardage situations, and early drive snaps where stopping the run is priority one. But his production in limited action also hints at a bigger ceiling. In 2023 he recorded 13 solo tackles, 3 sacks, 9 assists, a forced fumble, 11 stops, 9 quarterback hurries, 4 QB hits, and 16 total pressures, all on a fraction of starter-level snaps. Multiply that workload in a system that suits him, and suddenly the stat sheet looks a lot more dangerous. This is why the Chargers' gamble makes sense. They aren't just adding depth, they're adding a veteran presence who can stabilize the edge while also offering upside if his confidence resurfaces. In Jesse Minter's defense, where roles are streamlined and strengths maximized, Ferrell could finally unlock the consistency he's been chasing since Clemson. It's not just a signing. It's an experiment with real upside, a chance for a former top 5 pick to show he still belongs in the conversation, and a chance for the Chargers' defense to gain a quietly effective weapon when they need it most. Kellen Ferrell's NFL journey has already taken him through some of the league's most demanding locker rooms. Drafted 4th overall by the Raiders in 2019, a stint with the 49ers in 2023, and then with Washington in 2024. That kind of experience across different systems can be a hidden advantage. It means he's seen multiple defensive philosophies, learned to adapt, and developed a versatile understanding of how to attack an offense from various angles. Now he brings that hard-earned knowledge to Los Angeles. This isn't a rookie looking to find his footing, it's a player who has been tested, doubted, and reshaped by the league. That's why the Chargers see value in him. He's not just another depth signing, he's a proven pro who has survived the churn of the NFL and still has something to prove. The question now is how quickly Ferrell can slot into Jesse Minter's defense and carve out a meaningful role. With Mack sidelined, this is his moment to show that the flashes we've seen, the pressures, the run stops, the physicality at the line, can become consistent production. This signing isn't about hype, it's about substance. Ferrell has bounced around, but sometimes it's the journey itself that forges a player into exactly what a team needs. And if he can channel that experience into on-field impact, the Chargers might have just found one of the quiet steals of the season.